Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. The Tioga County Sheriff's Office has teamed up with the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals to rescue more than 100 farm animals in the county. Our Sonia Ellison has the story from Owego.
Tioga County Sheriff's Office announced they took over 100 animals that were being neglected at a farm on Glen Mary Drive in Owego.
That is a lot of animals.
Tioga County's district attorney and sheriff's office worked with the ASPCA to investigate numerous reports that animals were being neglected, eventually gaining a search warrant for the property on 240 Glen Mary Drive.
There were a lot of complaints that were turned into the sheriff's department, and they investigated it, but unfortunately you can't jump right on it even though you know it's the right thing to do.
The sheriff's office says 100 cows, 17 goats, and 5 horses were taken to emergency animal shelters run by the ASPCA, who helped in the joint effort. 2 deceased goats were also found, along with more evidence of animal neglect.
It's cold. They should be taken care of. Yeah, that's huge this time of year. They need that nutrition.
Some of the animals appeared underweight with limited access to food, water, and veterinary care. Emergency animal shelters are now providing a veterinary forensic exams, immediate medical treatment, and ongoing care.
The animals are in a much better place now, and I'm very glad for that.
The sheriff's office also says they arrested and charged 2 people, 44-year-old Adam M. Romanek and 44-year-old Patrick J. Champagne, for 5 counts of overdriving, torturing, and injuring animals, failure to provide proper sustenance, and 22 counts of failure to provide proper food and drink to an impounded animal.
I'm glad for the animals. I just don't understand why you would let it go as long as you did, but there's a lot of investigating that went on behind the scenes that we don't know about.
More charges are possible as the investigation continues. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Owego.
Turning now to the Arctic blast in the region, and the cold weather in the southern tier looks like it's here to stay for a while. Let's go to meteorologist Alyssa Triplett for the latest. Alyssa?
Well, it has been a long week of battling areas of snow showers, and now we're going to see that the cold is going to hold on for the weekend. We even know that there's not much temperature variance between our low and our high, and even our high temperature just creeps above where our average low is typically this time of the year. And throughout our Saturday, we're still going to mix in the potential of a few of those snow showers out there, and with that wind, creating that brisk feel-like condition. Now, we'll time out when some of this cold is working its way out in that full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Alyssa. As more precipitation is anticipated in the area, the City of Elmira Codes Department reminds residents with sidewalks on their property to clear them for the safety of pedestrians and postal workers. A salad kit sold in both New York and Pennsylvania has been recalled. Bright Farms says it is recalling some of its spinach products. The FDA says a routine sampling of the spinach at an Element Farms facility included positive tests for Listeria, which could have cross-contaminated with Bright Farms products. The company reports no illnesses from the recalled spinach and salad kits. GOP candidates are making their final push in New Hampshire for the second big test of voter loyalties. Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
Former President Donald Trump is coming off a sweeping win in Iowa. But next week, his strength will be put to the test again in the New Hampshire primary.
The other candidates don't have a prayer.
I feel like he's the only one that is up for the task.
But Trump's former UN ambassador turned rival, Nikki Haley, is keeping him from running away with the nomination.
She's not going to make it. She has no chance. She's got no way. MAGA's not going to be with her.
Yet Haley's poll numbers are strong in New Hampshire, where independents can vote in the GOP primary.
What I'm telling you is, it's not personal with me and Donald Trump. This is about how do we save our country. I don't want my kids to live like this.
And Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis is still in the race. He finished ahead of Haley in Iowa, but is facing lackluster poll numbers in New Hampshire and is focusing on South Carolina.
Donald Trump is running for his issues. Nikki's running for the donors' issues. I'm running for your issues and your family's issues.
Democrats will also head to the polls on Tuesday, but their top candidate, Joe Biden, won't be on the ballot. The DNC wants South Carolina to be their first contest, but New Hampshire wouldn't change its voting calendar. Voters are encouraged to write in Biden's name, but a good showing by any other Democrat on the ballot could send a message.
It's artificial. I'm sick of coronations instead of competitions, certainly on my side of the aisle right now.
No matter what Democratic voters decide, the state's delegates will not be bound to vote by the primary results. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
President Biden canceled nearly $5 billion in student loans today, which is top of mind for voters in New Hampshire. Madison Allworth has details.
The Biden administration announcing this morning an additional $5 billion in student loan forgiveness, the latest move in his attempt to make good on a campaign promise, just 4 days before the New Hampshire primary. These moves raising some eyebrows. College has long been seen as the way to secure a more prosperous future. But with rising tuition costs, many students say they're graduating with more of a debt burden.
I paid those loans off.
Republican Ross Berry graduated college with $33,000 of debt. He worked hard to now be debt-free.
No one else should be responsible for the loans that I take, especially working class people.
But some New Hampshire voters are grateful for President Biden's forgiveness efforts.
I wasn't able to pay my loans back over so many years, and they went into default, and that was holding me back from being able to go to college again, which I want to do. So this helped me out with my credit as well.
Mary Jane is far from alone. New Hampshire is the state with the highest percentage of residents with student loan debt, and the average debt here, $47,000. But there are other options. Les Houston owns and operates the Advanced Trade School in Brentwood, New Hampshire. He says his graduates are not happy.
I think the highest level of frustration are from recent graduates of trade programs that are now in the trades saying, I paid my own way.
Students like Mason Langevin choose these trade programs to avoid the student debt predicament.
Why would I spend 4 years at a college and come out with hundreds of thousands of debt where I could go to 4 years of plumbing school and the most it'll be is like $4,000? It's like a no-brainer for me.
College loan forgiveness is one issue that all the remaining GOP candidates agree on. None of them are for these bailouts. In Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Madison Allworth, Fox Business.
Sunday night, the Buffalo Bills play the Kansas City Chiefs at 6:30 in Highmark Stadium. The game is the last NFL divisional round playoff game. The two teams have an intense rivalry in recent years. Many Southern Tier fans will be rooting for Buffalo, of course, this weekend. Next, we'll have a look at your full weekend forecast. Plus,
the first all-European commercial crew launched into space. I'm Jackie Ibanez with a look at their trip to the International Space Station. That's all straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
This week has continued to remind us that we are in the midst of winter as we're at the halfway point of January, and that is always also the halfway point of winter. Now, we're getting those winter-like conditions to continue for the weekend with cold temperatures, even keeping wind chills anywhere from about 5 below to about 10 degrees, which is anywhere from 5 to even up to 15 degrees cooler than those actual temperatures. And we'll break down when some of this coldest feels like will be around. But note that we're also going to be seeing still some snow showers. What we're noting is that there is going to be a little bit of a wave that's going to allow for some snow showers across the area, but also noting that there is still even overnight here some of that lake effect that is taking place, bringing some of those flurries down through areas of our Finger Lake regions. And that's going to last through Saturday, even potentially maybe a few flakes into Sunday morning. And then note that we are going to continue to talk about active weather conditions into next week, but we're going to see the temperatures turn around. But for the near future, it's all about those winter conditions. One, overnight, there's still some of that lake effect that is bringing some of those snowfall accumulations to the Finger Lakes. But then as we head into Saturday afternoon, there is more of a vigorous wave that slides in, allowing for more widespread light accumulations. Nothing's looking to be significant. We do hang on to some clouds, maybe a flurry or two there Sunday morning, but then should work into some brighter skies by the end of the day. So as we look at the accumulation, as mentioned, it is looking to be light. Where you're seeing some of those bigger numbers there towards the Finger Lakes, that's some of this overnight lake effect that's going to allow for some of those mounts to get anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of accumulation. Locally, Elmira and Corning just expecting to to get that accumulation here as we had that more vigorous wave into the afternoon, holding to about a few tenths of an inch. So enough to create some slick roadways across our local area, but not going to see significant accumulation. Now, as those snow showers are spreading over the area, note that we're also going to be dealing with the cold. Temperatures pretty steady within those teens. Now, we have that northwesterly wind, though, 10 to 20 miles per hour, and that's what's going to keep it a bit chilly throughout the day. We even see that morning hours stay below zero. We just creep above zero for a few hours into the afternoon, but that's when those snow showers are ongoing. So a brisk feel as that northwesterly wind will be gusting upwards about 20 to 30 miles per hour. That's what's triggering that lake effect. That's what's carrying those snow showers down through even areas of Pennsylvania as we head through Saturday. Again, but with some light accumulation, though gusty winds and some snow showers, sometimes of reduced visibility, can't be ruled out. Now, as we have a high of about 17 degrees in the teens across much of the area, note that lows into Sunday morning, we don't have much of any falling temperatures due to cloud cover capping off that environment. So when it comes to feel like temperatures Sunday morning, not as brisk as our Saturday morning. And that's going to also help us then bring temperatures into the 20s as we head into our Sunday. So some turnaround there being seen, and we'll even be able to work into some sunshine, and then there will be some stronger turnaround as we'll see a stronger southerly wind on Monday bump us up to near normal temperature spread. But we see that as precipitation moves in, that is going to bring us more rain showers and snow showers, so that could cause for some flooding concerns for the region.